A mother's return. Rewriting my place in my son's life. What happens when a mother walks away? Not out of malice but out of desperation, and years later decides to come back. Should she be welcomed or judged forever for her past? Let's talk about second chances, the pain of regret, and the fight to reclaim a child's love. My name is Nadia. I'm 32 now. But when I was 21, I did something no one's ever let me forget. I left my baby boy, Zane. He was 7 months old. I didn't leave because I stopped loving him. I left because I was lost. Back then I was drowning in silence. My partner, Caleb, was a man people respected. He worked long shifts, paid the bills, and played the role of the strong father. What people didn't see was how emotionally absent he was. I was just expected to fit into his life, be the perfect mother, grateful for everything he gave me, even though I was unraveling inside. Postpartum depression hit me hard. I was crying alone at 3 a.m. while Caleb was asleep or working late. I tried to talk to him, but he dismissed it. Said I was overreacting. That I should focus on Zane instead of myself. It felt like I was suffocating in a world that celebrated him and forgot me. So yes, I left. And I left Zane with Caleb. Not because I didn't care, but because I couldn't care for myself. I knew Caleb could offer him consistency while I was falling apart. For 11 years I rebuilt myself. I worked small jobs, moved across states, battled my shame in silence. I saw therapists. I learned how to be stable. I stopped drinking. I learned how to breathe without panic in my chest. Now I've come back. I have a partner, Aaron, who supports me, a job, and a grounded sense of self. I'm not running anymore. I'm ready to be the mother Zane deserves. But Caleb, he won't even let me explain. He slammed the door in my face when I returned. Just like that. No questions. No compassion. He acted like I was some threat trying to invade his perfect world. The worst part. Zane doesn't even know who I am. I reached out to Caleb's mom, Lorraine. She was cautious but civil. She told me Zane was doing well, that he was smart, polite, a little quiet, and looked just like me around the eyes. But then she said something that made my stomach drop. Caleb told Zane I was mentally ill. That I abandoned him because I was unstable. That's the story everyone believes. They don't know I called Lorraine every year on Zane's birthday. That I sent cards, updates, small gifts I never knew if he got. Caleb painted me as a ghost who vanished. He left out the truth. I was young, broken, and trying to protect my son from my own chaos. A few days ago, I sat in my car outside Zane's school. I didn't approach him. I just watched. He laughed with friends. Carefree. Confident. Taller than I expected. And for a moment I felt hope. But I also felt grief. For the birthdays I missed. For the first steps I didn't see. For every time he called someone else mom in his head. That night I started researching. Legally I still have rights. I'm Zane's mother. No document can erase that. But Caleb's made sure every institution sees him as the sole parent. He told the school I was out of the picture. He's blocked every path to Zane. I didn't want a custody battle. I didn't want to turn this into a war. But if that's what Caleb forces, I'll fight for my son. Kept receipts. I know Caleb's history. His temper, his drinking, his absences masked as work. I never weaponized that information before. But if I must prove I deserve a seat at the table, I will. I'm not trying to steal Zane away. I'm trying to show up. To be present. To make up for the time I lost. To those who say a mother shouldn't walk away. Have you ever been a mother at 21 with no support? Have you ever felt like the walls were closing in, and no one cared enough to listen? To those who judge, if Caleb had walked out instead of me, would people still be calling him a monster? Do you believe a parent can earn forgiveness after walking away? Should the custodial parent have full say over reconnection? Is growth enough to reclaim parenthood? This isn't just about me. It's about every mother who made a choice she regrets, and is brave enough to try again. Caleb wants to cast me as the villain in this story. Maybe that makes him feel in control. But I'm not the girl I once was. I'm a woman, a mother, And I'm not going anywhere. Zayn deserves to know the truth. He deserves to know me. And I won't let shame or bitterness keep me from him. I'm ready to fight. Not against Caleb but for my son. Wanna see what happens next? Should Nadia take legal action? Or should we hear Zayn's side? Comment below and let's talk about how complicated family truly is.